8:35, the Bisons start today at home at 2:05 against Rochester, and the guy who calls every play, every pitch, is joining us now from the Buffalo Bisons, Ben Wagner. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy opening day.
Happy opening day. You know how to use one of those microphones?
I do. I can figure it out.
Okay.
I'm speaking to this end, right? Looks like somebody raided the clubhouse. You're wearing brand new batting gloves.
Aren't those nice?
These are really nice.
The Bisons actually gave us a set of batting gloves a couple years ago.
Right, they did.
And I was searching through some things, and I got to wear those to opening day.
Wow.
And they're nice and warm, so that's great.
They work. They get the job done, right?
Absolutely.
All right, here's another guy that made us feel old. 10 years here in Buffalo, Ben Wagner. This is obviously your favorite place to call baseball. What are some of the other baseball fields that are great to play?
There are.
He's cold, man.
You okay, Dale?
He's freezing over here.
Chattering Dale, right? No, Buffalo is by far and away the place that I spend most of the time calling 72 home games. I think, the ballpark that I enjoy seeing the most, there are a couple of them. Charlotte is one of the newer ballparks in the International League. It is right in the middle of uptown Charlotte. It is spectacular. That gleaming skyline just pours right over the right field wall. That's probably one of my favorite places to visit now. Indianapolis, Louisville, Columbus, just tremendous facilities, great cities to visit as well. And that's what you hear a lot from visiting guys that come to Buffalo. There's 14 teams in our league, so we have 13 different teams that come to Buffalo. They love to get out. They love to run this city. They love the local food. They love to come to the ballpark, obviously. And they never see crowds like Buffalo has, and 17,000 people. They never see it. So there are so many positives for me traveling, but also being kind of the host city.
We are talking to the voice of the Bisons, Ben Wagner. When you are doing a baseball game, it's a lot different than any other sport because you have more time to fill. Is it ever a case where you're like, oh my God, there's way too much dead air, or is it okay to let the atmosphere go?
I really like to let the atmosphere go, and hopefully there are a number of ballparks during the summer months where you can let the crowd murmur kind of carry the broadcast and just let the natural sounds breathe within the pitches and the action that's happening. The other good thing is I never run out of things to say because I've got one of the best broadcast partners to work with, and we can talk about baseball, we can talk about things that are happening around the city. There are a number of things we can talk historically with Buffalo Baseball Hall of Famer Duke McGuire.
Duke.
The Duke has made my job so enjoyable, whether it's before the broadcast, whether it's all those hours we spend on the road, or actually seeing things on the field where he can spy things that happen before they actually happen on the field of play. So, you know what? I'm a spoiled guy. I mean, the Rich family has done so many nice things for me and my family, and being in this ballpark with them and their support. I mean, it's a great job.
One of the things that I'm most impressed about when I listen to a baseball game on the radio is how you can be telling a story, and then you'll stop telling the story, you'll call a play, and then like you never stop, you pick the story right back up again.
Yeah.
That how you have to? Did you practice that? I don't know if I could do that. I mean, chemistry between the three of us and trying not to talk over each other and keep a point going, and then you guys are literally having two separate conversations.
Right. That's the beauty of the chemistry that we've got in the broadcast booth. But also, I hope that we've got the chemistry as a listener and to a broadcaster perspective, where you're following along the play and you hear the pitch come in, you hear the crack of the bat, we call the action, and you're already ingrained in the broadcast, so you can pick up with whatever story. Maybe it's a biographical fact about where a guy is from, or maybe it's a trend about a certain homestand or road trip that the guy's having successes, or even some of the failures.
Well, it's not really a whole lot different from watching a baseball game as a fan, because you're having conversations during a baseball game. Oh, look at the hit. Okay, and back to the conversation.
That's one thing I want to do. I want to call a game from the stands. As Duke and I would sit there talking as fans. I want to sit in the seat.
Rick Jenneret and Rob Ray did this year, and it was great.
There we go. I want to see the Conehead come by. We'll visit with him for a little bit. We'll see Larry the Peanut Guy. We'll have some peanuts, and we'll broadcast the game as a fan from the stands.
Ben, what's the player to watch this year? Who's the guy you're so excited to call this year?
I'm really happy that Andy Burns is back in Buffalo, and he's a guy that had a great AAA debut last year, hit .293, spent most of the season with us, got a lot of looks in spring training. So I think that he's going to be back. He's going to move all around the diamond. One little wrinkle, I think, for this season to watch is how Jesus Montero will hit. He was a big prospect with the New York Yankees, got traded, went to Seattle, claimed off the waiver wire by the Blue Jays, has had a really nice approach the first week of the season, and he's starting to figure it out. And I think he could be a driving force in the middle of the Herds lineup.
Can't wait. All right, Ben Wagner is going to call every game, every pitch for the Bisons this year. Thanks for coming down to see us.
Thanks for having me. You guys are my favorite morning show. I love tuning in on my way to work.
Love to hear that. Thank you. Let's go Herd. We're checking on traffic next on WYRK.